morning, grade 4s. Today we are going to talk about something called the predicate adjective, which is a big fancy word that means an adjective that comes after the verb. So, in order to have a predicate adjective, you need to have three things. First of all, it needs to be an adjective. So, for example, if you had mouse, couldn't be a predicate adjective because mouse is a noun. Second, it needs to be in the predicate of the sentence or the second part of the sentence after the verb. And third, a predicate adjective needs to use a linking verb, which are basically our state of being verbs: am, is, are, was, were, been, been, all of those wonderful words. But they need to have an adjective with them. That is, well, the predicate adjective. So if it follows those three rules, it's an adjective, it's in the predicate, and it has a linking verb, we know for sure it is a predicate adjective. So let's take some examples from our textbook. In Think A, we're told to do two things. The first thing we do is mark the sentence. The second is to figure out if the underlined word is a predicate adjective or if it is not a predicate adjective. So let's look here for a minute at sentence number 1. Dense forests cover a small part of Spain. So first of all, I'm going to underline my subject, which is forests, and my verb is cover. Draw my line, and now I'm going to look at the word small. Small is an adjective, so first one is check. Second one, it is in the predicate, yep, so that's right. But does it use a linking verb to describe the thing at the beginning of the sentence? Small actually isn't linking up to this word forest. Small is describing what part of the forest is. And because the verb is not a linking verb, it's not one of those am, is, are, was, were verbs, we know that this is not, in fact, a predicate adjective. So I'm going to put an X on the line. It's not. It doesn't follow our three rules. Let's look at the second one. Of all the trees in Spain, a eucalyptus tree is tallest. So first of all, let's find our subject. Of all the trees in Spain, a eucalyptus tree. Tree is our subject. Is our verb. We separate them out. And then tallest is the word we need to figure out. So first of all, is tallest an adjective? Yes. Is it in the predicate? Yes. Is it with a linking verb that links it back to the subject? Tallest is describing the subject, and it's connected by the word is, which is one of our linking verbs. So that is a predicate adjective. There we go. That's the difference right there. Let's see if we can find the predicate adjectives in our second part. We're going to mark the sentence. We're going to put our arrows for all of our adjectives, and we're going to circle the adjective that is the predicate adjective. So here's our first sentence. The students are excited. So first of all, my subject is students. The verb is are. I separate them like that. And then I have two adjectives that are describing students. The describes students here, and excited links back to describe students here. Which one of those two is my predicate adjective? Well, it's the one that's an adjective. It's in the second part of the sentence, the predicate, and it links back with a linking verb, has to be excited. So I circle that one. Number 2, I am thankful for this warm weather. So first of all, I'm going to underline once. I'm going to underline twice, and then I'm going to separate that out. Thankful is linking back to the I because it's describing I and it's connected by the am, so that one is my linking word. And then warm and this connect back to weather, but they're not my predicate adjectives. There we go. Let's take a minute to also talk about linking verbs. Now, we've talked about action verbs and being verbs before, but I'm just going to go over them again really quickly so that we can tell the difference between those two and a linking verb. So our action verb is any verb that's in action, like running, jumping, catching, climbing, anything like that. And so if I have the words am going, going would be an action verb, and the am would be the verb helping going. So that would count all together as sort of my action verb. Now, a being verb are all of those verbs that we talked about before. Am, is, are, was, were, been, be, all of those, except they're always followed by a noun. So if I have am and then a noun like unicorn, then I know that my verb is a being verb. Now that's different from our linking verbs because our linking verbs are always followed by an adjective or a predicate adjective. So in a sentence that says, I am intelligent, intelligent is describing the thing before it. It's an adjective, and because of that, am is now a linking verb. So watch out for the difference. If it's a noun, it's a being verb. If it's an adjective afterwards, it's a linking verb. So let's try that out for a minute with Think See. First, we're going to mark the sentence. Second, we're going to arrow all of our adjectives. And then we're going to figure out, is the verb action, being, or linking? So here we go. Northern Spain is humid. So northern is talking about Spain, and humid is also linking back to Spain. Humid is indeed an adjective, and so if my being verb is followed by an adjective, it actually is a linking verb. So if there's an adjective there, I'm going to put LV for linking verb. What about the next one? Spain's highest temperature, temperature is our subject, was in Andalusia. So once again, I'm going to put my adjective. So highest describes the temperature. Spain describes the temperature and isn't really describing anything. And Andalusia is a noun. It's not an adjective. So if it's a noun following the being verb, then I'm going to put BV for being verb. This is a noun, so therefore this is a being verb. This is an adjective, so therefore this is a linking verb. That's how we tell the difference right there, grade 4s. Try the rest of your page. I have done a good portion with you. Try the rest by yourself and see how you do. The last part is just review, so all the best to you, grade 4s.